Hey man, there's somebody that is asking us to make a recipe.
Like what? An actual request for the channel?
Yeah, I guess so.
And what do they want?
They want the eggplants Parmigiana.
A Parmigiana? Well, that's interesting. Do you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, come on, let's do it. Let's go and cook a Parmigiana. Ah. Whew. Hello guys, and welcome back to our kitchen. My name is Mick, and there is Andrea back on the camera that everyone loves.
Oh, you sound jealous already.
Shut up. And today we're gonna make a new recipe. It's the Parmigiana, eggplants Parmigiana or aubergines Parmigiana. Aubergines sounds like
Like
jeans.
they're like aubergines.
Aubergines.
Super fucking amazing.
So
jeans.
rigged. We're gonna do the Parmigiana. And I'm gonna call it Parmigiana from now on, so shut up, don't bother it.
Yeah. Why do they call them Parmigiana?
More on that later. So, my name is Mick, that's Andrea. This is Dish-Truction, the show in which I'm gonna attempt to give you some instructions on how to make a dish, or at least show you how I do it. Sigla! So, ingredients. What do you need to make a Parmigiana? You need many eggplants or aubergines, depends on where you're from.
You know what? I think we should clear the situation now.
Yeah.
We should just decide on one.
I like eggplant because it's easier to say.
I hate that because there is an egg and a plant.
There are different types of eggplants and we're not gonna go through them right now, but use the fatty one because we use the fatty one, shut up. And then a lot of basil and 2 eggs.
Oh, you see the inconsistency now with eggs and eggplant? That's so confusing.
Tomato sauce or tomato to make a tomato sauce, some flour, some breadcrumb, an onion, and possibly even some garlic, some cheese. I'm gonna go with the mozzarella on like a mozzarella cheese already sliced. Why and how and why I'm not gonna use something else, I'm gonna explain to you later because it's we're gonna get in depth with that. Frying oil, and I guess that's it. Let's start with the eggplants. Follow me, Andrea. We're gonna first wash the eggplants. Wash it with cold water and bicarbonate. Which
I always wanted to ask you, how do you wash vegetables?
well, not with salt.
Right.
Cover the eggplant with bicarbonate, and then after a little bit, you wanna wash it off. Simply wash it off. Okay, now they're washed. Let's go ahead. Let's put aside the basil. First thing first, you need a very big knife because these baby are quite big. This is gonna be really easy, but just follow my simple instructions. You want to cut this tiny part here, which is basically the hassle of the aubergine.
No, that's rude. The bottom.
Well, but it's whole, it's carved.
There is a hole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
It's kind of like an asshole. This doesn't taste bad per se, but I don't know, we cut it. I don't want it. So, let's cut it. Then, many people do this thing with the aubergines. They go like this, or they go like this. And I don't like waste. I really feel guilty about wasting all of this, and so many times I don't waste it. So what I'm gonna tell you to do is, simply with your hands, pull this kind of leaves here.
You're like undressing it.
Yeah, pretty much. Now that you have everything here clear, you know exactly where the aubergine ends and the green part starts. So I'm gonna try and cut it precisely at that to not waste anything. Now, you can see this is pretty much what I've wasted. Less waste possible, a little bit of waste, but we have a full cuttable aubergine. And I want you now to slice them all actually. As thin as you can, not too much though, because because I prefer them like that. So my suggestion is something in between of this.
But they're still rigid though, like they stand.
Let's keep cutting and cutting and cutting until we have a clear picture of the entire aubergine. There are different opinions about where this thing started. Aubergines came from the Arabia, and tomatoes were introduced by the America, and the dish started in Italy because of those two things. And now this dish, after so many years, it's easily found everywhere, even outside of the Europe. What is not clear is that this recipe is either from the Sicily or Naples or Parma. Now, Parma obviously because it's the Parmigiana. Many other people believe it's from Sicily, where it was made for the first time, and other in Naples says. We don't really care, because my grandma was from neither of those. And we're gonna just simply follow her recipe. She was from Molise, so she used to cook very thick sauces and very fatty recipes. And I'm gonna do one like that, grandma style. And I'm gonna do another one for the people who cares about their physics, like me. Well, I actually eat a lot, but anyway, I'm gonna do a light version of it, which is still gonna be tasty, don't get me wrong, but it's gonna be less fried. It's not gonna be actually fried. It's gonna be a little bit fried, but not fried. With half of those, I'm gonna leave them apart and do a very simple thing. Display them over a board, a cutting board. Now with magic, I'm gonna summon some salt and gently salt each side of them a little bit. Okay? On the other side, same thing, a little bit of salt. This is gonna make two things. The first one being it's gonna get rid of the bitterness that the eggplants naturally do have. And the second thing is gonna get much more of the flavor into the eggplant already now. That way when we cook it, we're gonna feel the saltiness into them. Not too much, just don't make it too salty. But I can already feel that those eggplants are starting to sweat. They're gonna sweat a lot, and they're already more wet. All of the water that they're gonna leave onto the edge of this bowl is gonna be the bitterness. So leave it resting here for 20 minutes. This process here, it's what we're gonna use for the non-fatty, non-fried version of the Parmigiana. We are gonna wanna put them into a grilling pan, smoking hot, without any oil or anything, and let them cook until the usual grill marks appear. We're gonna want them almost burned, actually, which is, I think it's a trend of this show. Now, this is what's gonna happen to the light version of the meal. There's no oil so far, it's very much light. What? I can hear what is gonna happen to the other half of the recipe. Put some frying oil into a pan, just for starters. Grab the eggs, smash them into the whatever you want to use. Whisk them until it becomes a frittata, if you remember the frittata. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have to turn off, not actually turn around, flip our aubergines or eggplants, which, as you can see, they have the grill marks. Take your flour, your breadcrumb, and actually a nice trick I wanna teach you: some salt into the egg. That way we're gonna compensate for the fact that we salted the other half of the aubergines. And a little bit of pepper. Don't tell this to anyone, this is my secret. A little bit of nutmeg. And when I say nutmeg, when I say a little bit, I lie, because I love nutmeg and I would use so much. Take your aubergine and coat it into the flour, and then drop it into the egg. Wow! You just simply want it to get sticky enough to pick up the breadcrumb. And it is, actually. Look at that.
It's beautiful.
It is, it's a magic. When I learned this when I was a kid, I thought I discovered magic. So, this is ready. We are gonna fry these babies, but before I do it, we're gonna make a lot of them. So, see you in a little bit, I guess. So, now that we've done a decent amount of friable eggplants, look at them, look how tasty they are. I wanna eat them like that, actually. Look at them. That's so cute.
They're very breaded.
We're gonna have to wait until the oil is ready.
Oh, are you gonna do that thing with the wooden stick?
I'm not. If you are subscribed, subscribe now and watch all of the videos to know when to put the eggplants into the oil, which is now. Oh, that's really hot. This is really hot. I guess I can go with 3.
So you keep piling them up in the same pot?
Yeah, you could usually use a larger pot.
Yeah.
But I learned with the experience that we don't make mistakes, we just make happy accidents. Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Bob Ross. So this one is definitely brown at this point. So it's definitely time to throw it off and to rest in a sheet of paper. Like in this occasion, whenever you might feel that one side is cooking and the other is not, simply flip it. And then we're gonna cook the other side. So do this until all of the ones you want are cooked, and see you in a couple of minutes. But about the whole preparation of eggplants, this could very much be a vegetarian or vegan dish, because you could replace the egg here with some soy milk. Yeah, that thing.
So anyway, I ran out of topics to talk about. Yeah, I'll have some.
That was so crunchy. The crunchy ones are the best.
This is like chips, but better.
Okay, now let's count what happened. Now we have a lot of grilled aubergines, eggplants, and a lot of fried. We have to make the tomato sauce. Do you remember the angry pasta? We are gonna aim for something like that without the pepper, pretty much, the spicy peppers. Grab a onion, cut it in how size you wish to prefer, and I want you to be generous. And then I want you to put into a big pan like this a huge amount of oil.
How much is huge?
I don't know. Give a look. This is well, this is not huge actually. A modest amount of oil. Throw in the onion. Throw in the garlic that I told you earlier. I'm gonna use powdered garlic, and I want you to be very generous with it. But you can use fresh garlic or whatever you want. And then, only then, put it onto the fire and put a lid onto it, because this is gonna steam the garlic and the onion, and it's gonna give it a taste, in my opinion. Let's wait until they are browned and cooked. Now that this onion has started to almost burn, I think it's burned actually, but it's fine, I don't care. We're gonna break the leaves of basil with our hands and put them into the frying oil, and I'm gonna make it cook for 20 seconds. Andrea, can you smell the smell of basil?
Yeah, it's really coming out.
Okay, this is gonna make all the flavors explode, and we want mainly the basil to this recipe. Okay, now it's time to put in the tomato sauce.
What I'm looking at is plum peel tomatoes.
Yes, and a little bit of tomato sauce. We do this in Italy. We simply now smash the tomato until it becomes simple tomato sauce.
Yeah, it's just pulp.
Yeah, it's so soft and boiled. Don't forget not to throw away this thing every time. So wash it, and then rub it in. I'm putting a little bit of salt and a little bit of sugar while I talk. Also, something that I highly recommend is heavy doses of oregano. Bubbles are starting to appear, see? And put the lid on and let it cook until the right thickness you want. So, now this is the right thickness we wanted. It is thick, as you can see, but there is a little bit of watery into it. So, it's gonna work fine, I guess. And give it a taste. It's time to create a layered cake similar to a cimballo Parmigiana. What we're gonna use as a cheese, it's today some sort of mozzarella cheese, already sliced and dried out. So first thing first, this is very cheap, and it's probably the reason why it's here today. But second of all, you can use every cheese you want. Mozzarella, it's probably in Italy and all over the foods we have and the recipes, it's the king of the flavors. But sadly, when you have to use in recipes like this, fresh mozzarella, you have to let it rest into the fridge until all the milk drops out. If you do not do that, while you cook this into the oven, imagine now that there is here eggplants and tomato sauce and fresh mozzarella, this is gonna become a soup of red and white, and you can pretty much drink it, and we do not want that. So today I went with the easy trick of buying this crab, which I highly usually avoid, because I also wanted to give you the easy stuff. But if you are offended by that, and I am offended by that, so you should be offended by that, if you are, write down into the comment below that you want the real deal, that you want the normal, this is the easy version, you want the normal, and I could even give you the hard version of it. Just write it down, let me know, and I could revisit this thing next time, maybe, or in a couple of videos, who knows. Now, we need to make 2 of those, and one is gonna be the fried version that we're gonna eat today, while the second one is gonna be the grilled version, which is the less fatty version, that we're gonna put here and store into the freezer and heat whenever we want. Even in a couple of months, we want it, just lay it on the oven and put it in and heat it. We need a generous amount of tomato sauce at the base of it that we're gonna splash all over it. So now we're gonna put enough to fill it here. This is very tiny, but you get the idea of what you will need to do. And same here. This is probably gonna be easier because it's bigger. And I'm simply putting the basil here for a nice look, but it's gonna get washed away anyway.
So are you trying to cover the whole surface there while you're doing?
Yeah, it's like a cake. So one thing that I highly suggest you to do, it's not in all of the layers, maybe if you don't have a lot, but in the majority of the layers, grate a little bit of Parmigiana into it. Believe you me, this is gonna give this recipe the extra taste it does need. Okay, so at this point, those babies are actually red.
I like it how careless you are.
Finish it up and top it off. We're gonna add the last remnants of the basil we had and a little bit of Parmigiana. Aren't you in love with it? I am.
I'm fairly amazed, yes, I'm quite fascinated by it.
So now it's time to put one of these or the both of those into the oven, but I'm gonna choose only this one because I'm gonna freeze this one and use it, I don't know, next time. Put this into the oven at 220, 240 on a grill for the better part of 20-30 minutes. It depends on how thick the sauce is, how big the Parmigiana is. So the only nice concealed advice that I could give you is to stick your hands into the kitchen and give it a look.
Right.
When it seems that it's done, it's probably done. So, what is happening? It have been possibly around 10-15 minutes since I put that baby Parmigiana into the oven. Yeah, I think I can spy with my little Italian eye that the cheese on top of it has completely melted and it's starting to caramelize, so it's starting to get brownish. And that to me is a good indication that, oh my god, it's so heavy, that this dish is ready to be exported into the table.
We're exporting it.
Look at this, look at the cheese, look at some of the onion.
Oh, I can appreciate the layers.
Oh my god, it's so fabulous. And you could give it a try. Oh, look at the basil. Look at the basil escaping from it. Look, oh my god, look at that. Ooh, it's so hot. I'm gonna regret it, but I cannot wait. And I think I was right. If we were to put too much tomato sauce into this, it would actually make it worse, but this amount kind of makes it, I don't know, light but still enjoyable. Is that one taste?
I have to say that it looks pretty compact.
Yeah.
It usually, you know, the Parmigiana usually goes down and it's very squishy and liquid.
Look at that. Okay, so this should be pretty much it. This is the one that I brought to you and the one that I wanted to show you, the fatty one, as it used to make it my grandma. This one, it's the one that I usually do with this, which is the less fatty one that I've completely covered with film and I'm ready to put into the freezer and heat whenever I want. So this is one video and two recipe for the same thing pretty much, but in two different versions. Let me know down below which one you enjoy the most and let me know if you tried to do this, and if you did, send me a picture, and thanks for watching. That's pretty good.
No, but exhausted.